and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Get ready for stupid articles from corporate media. Get ready to see vote blue no matter who people get triggered. Get ready to see TYT or Majority Report or Crystal and Kyle and everyone else that's part of the vote blue, Democratic, Justice Democratic, Our Revolution little circle saying, oh no, we can't have a third party, or why is Dr. Cornel West with the People's Party? Well, guess what? The ink is already dry. All right? Whatever problems people have with the People's Party, I get it, okay? However, Dr. Cornel West made the decision. He is running as their candidate in the People's Party. It's over. It's done. Do you want to know who gets to end the campaign? Not me, not anyone else. It'll be Dr. Cornel West's decision if he wants to end his campaign or not. But he is going forward with it. That interview that he did with Sabrina on her show yesterday, he is going all in to run as a third-party candidate for the People's Party. The ink is dry. All right? Now, all candidates deserve to be criticized. All of them. From Dr. Cornel West to the Libertarian candidates to the Green candidates, from the Democratic candidates, from RFK to Marianne Williamson, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and the rest of the other Republicans. All politicians deserve to be criticized. However, what I will not tolerate, and it looks like independent media has to do the job of going through the crap that will be produced by the Vote Blue No Matter Who crowds, because MSNBC posted an article on its website. Now, look, we all are entitled to have our opinions, our points of views, our perspectives. I get it. But when you make asinine statements, such as this, Cornel West's leftist presidential bid has right-wing DNA. The people framing the newly announced presidential candidate Cornel West as a leftist seem to be lazily sanitizing his recent history. And voters, that's right, you, the average person, because here's the thing about corporate media. They think you're too stupid to figure out anything on your own. See, they feel like you deserve better. So see, corporate media, just like the Democratic Party and Republican Party, is that abusive partner that slaps you around, that kicks you when you're down, and then says, hey, listen, only I can treat you right. So the article starts off talking about how he launched his third party presidential campaign the way any true progressive would, by promoting it on a podcast known to spread right-wing extremist conspiracy theories. Hosted on a video platform popular among right-wing extremists just weeks after having praised Florida's right-wing extremist governor Ron DeSantis. What? Are you talking about Russell Brand's show? Russell Brand, conspiracy theorist. Russell Brand is like now what? Right wing? Just like how everyone's saying Joe Rogan is right wing or Jimmy Dore. Hey, Sabrina, I guess you're right wing now too. All of you watching, you're so right wing. Everybody's right wing. If something offends you on TV, it's right wing. If you stub your toe, whatever stubbed your toe is a racist and a bigot and a misogynist. In his praise for the Florida Republican in a Wall Street Journal op-ed headline, DeSantis' revolutionary defense of the classics, West and a conservative co-author endorsed the governor's support for a Florida high schoolers being able to qualify for scholarships by using the scores from the classic learning test. Yes, this is the same DeSantis whose administration has been curbing lesson plans and banning books written about by and for non-white and LGBTQ people. So see, here's the thing. Here's what the liberal media is going to use. It's going to use identity politics. All right? They're going to start using identity politics to shield the Democratic Party. The same Democratic Party, women voters. Roe v. Wade died under the Biden administration, okay? Now, I remember a lot of you activists saying that you were going to be flooding the streets day in, day out, night after night. And I don't see any of you out there, you lazy, lying bastards. Hey, let's talk about Me Too, Time's Up, and Black Lives Matter. All three of those organizations, if they're not dead already, they're going belly up, and they're surrounded by a lot of scandals. That's a thing. Hey, by the way, vote blue no matter who. Those kids, They're still in cages, by the way. I'm just saying, but somehow Dr. Cornel West is the end all be all because, oh, heaven forbid, he wrote an article with a conservative. Oh my God, the world is ending. Is Cornel West the new Joseph Goebbels? But if you suffer through the op-ed, you'll find a seemingly rational for West and co-author Jeremy Wayne Tate's position at the very end. They're both associated with an organization that admires a more Christian-focused college administration's test that some conservatives have been pushing as a replacement for the SAT. Tate is the founder and CEO of the Classic Learning Test, and West sits on the board of academic advisors. Okay. Guess what? You know, this is going to be a little shocking statement here. The people you know and work with in your life, they have different perspectives and points of view. You know, I'm friends with libertarians. I'm also friends with some Greens and some socialists. I'm friends with people who don't give a damn about politics at all. Heaven forbid Dr. Cornel West works with people. Oh my God. By the way, look, whether you want to support him or not, but you know what, Dr. Cornel West addresses everyone as Brother Trump or Brother Biden. All right. Now, obviously, my personal opinion, I think Biden and Trump are both scumbags, but hey, Dr. Cornel West is a better person than me. But that's he works with people. If you haven't been following his work, you know, he embraces people, he talks to people. Hell, he was on Tucker Carlson's show. Hell, he got Tucker Carlson to change his mind on a few subject areas too. But hey, whatever. According to MSNBC, there's so much right-wing DNA right inside his campaign. Oh, my God. Clearly, West's association are worthy of scrutiny, even if you believe, as he said in his campaign announcement, that he has decided to run for truth and justice. Well, yeah, he's been consistent about that. Hell, he stood alongside Bernie Sanders in the 2016 election run and in 2020. Dare I say it, he fought harder than Bernie Sanders did. You know, that's my opinion. West chose to promote his campaign with an appearance Monday on a web show hosted by Russell Brand, the end-all be-all bad guy. Russell Brand. Him. Somehow he's the villain. Somehow he's the real bad guy. A comic who's known for spreading right-wing conspiracy theories, false, and misinformation, false. Does that have to do with the pandemic? You know, the pandemic that's now coming under even more scrutiny? How the lockdowns actually caused more poverty, how Americans are facing financial insecurity because the government did not help us out, but yet the government had plenty of money to help out banks, Wall Street executives. By the way, the same U.S. government that's filled with Democratic and Republican lawmakers that are making fantastic killings in financial insider trading. Brand's show is platform on Rumble. Oh, boy. It's on Rumble, a video platform popular among QAnon conspiracy theorists, and the party in which West has chosen to launch his presidential bid, the People's Party, is called Isn't Above Promoting Tucker Carlson and other populists who traffic in reactionary politics. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, no. Oh, no. God damn it. They're going to be doing articles like this. And you know what? It's again, listen, I know why MSNBC or The Guardian or CNN are going to be smearing people like Russell Brand or Joe Rogan or Jimmy Dore or anybody else. I know why. It's because they're jealous. You see, a lot of these hack fraud writers and talent at CNN and MSNBC and corporate media, see, they're not really interesting people. They're not. They're really not. See, they're given a script and they have to follow orders. And so the thing is, look, I get it. We all got to earn a living. But secretly, these people at MSNBC are jealous of people like Russell Brand or Joe Rogan or Jimmy Dore or anybody else. And they're so upset that there's somebody out there not running in the Democratic Party because they don't really know what to do because they're jealous of their freedom. Hell, there's also some people that still have that secret crush. For example, I want to pull up this gem of an article. I once admired Russell Brand, but his grim trajectory shows us where politics is heading. From Georgie Boy. I read this article a few months ago, and this article comes off as as somebody who's trying to get over their crush. You know, And obviously, I got to read this. I got to read this line right here. Today, I scarcely believe it's the same man. I've watched 50 of his recent videos with growing incredulity. He appears to switch from challenging injustice to conjuring phantoms. If, as I suspect it might, politics takes a very dark turn in the next few years, it will be partly as a result of people like Brand. This guy. It's Russell Brand's fault. The reason why politics is going to get grim and dark is because of him. Look at that face. Russell Brand, you have so much to account for, to atone for. That is your sin, Russell Brand. That is your sin. So continuing on. Of course, if you just ignore all these things, or simply read much of the coverage of West's longshot candidacy, you'll most likely arrive at a lazy narrative adhering to some version of leftist activist Cornel West declares presidential bid. To do so is completely sanitize the specifics in West's recent history that gives observers plenty of reason to question the sincerity or efficiency of his campaign. And I haven't even delved into West's tendency to target and publicly malign black public figures who've eclipsed him in popularity under the guise of political purity, of course. If you like Donald Trump's petty digs at people he thinks have slighted him, you'll love Dr. Cornel West. All right. Well, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Jahan Jones. Guess what? You convinced me. I already love it because guess what? I love it when Trump takes digs at his competitors. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny to me. So already, thank you. Thank you. So, and again, the writer says, as for me, and rest assured, I'm not alone in this. I'll pass. I view Cornel West presidency with the same seriousness I would a Kanye West presidency. And I'd sooner cast my 2024 ballot for the late Adam West before I voted for either of them. Okay. Sounds like somebody has a little crush, a little bit of a jelly. But that's okay. You know, hey, let's face it. No one's perfect. No one is perfect at all. So what can you do? What can we expect now? More smear pieces. Because let's face it, Cornel West is Dr. Cornel West, apologies for that, is a very big, high-profile person. He has a huge following on social media. He has been very consistent in his wording. Plus, he knows how to speak to conservative voters, independent voters, Democratic voters, everybody. Now, I do wish the People's Party all the best. Let's be clear here. Be it the People's Party, Green Party, Libertarians, they have to climb a huge mountain in regards to the roadblocks that the Democratic Party and Republican Party have put in place to prevent third parties from being on the ballot and on the debate stage. Hey, vote blue no matter who. What's it like knowing that your party is so on board with silencing other choices for Americans? It's almost like you're supporting a fascist party. I mean, I'm sorry. Boy, why did that word just come out? It's not like the Democratic Party chooses its candidates behind closed doors and relies on superdelegates and doesn't need the voters. I mean, oh, damn. That was a gut check to Democratic voters because it's the truth. Dare I say it again, controversial statement, Donald Trump was more democratically elected in his Republican primary than Hillary Clinton was. Republican primary in 2016 didn't have superdelegates. I know, it's hurtful. But there will be more smear pieces against Dr. Cornel West. Now, look, all candidates deserve to be criticized. All candidates do deserve to be challenged and called out, as they should. However, I will not tolerate lies. I will not tolerate people being smeared by the establishment media because, oh, what? Somehow they're deemed as right-wingers? What he is? Stupid? And that's what we can expect from corporate media. Corporate media smeared the Bernie Sanders campaign and Bernie Sanders supporters. Corporate media did a horrific kill job on Tulsi Gabbard, smearing her, calling her a Putin puppet, a sod puppet, that she was going to run. There were articles saying that Tulsi Gabbard was going to run third party and that she was going to undermine the Biden campaign. That never happened, by the way. Or that somehow she was going to join the Trump administration. That never happened either. So here's what I'm going to say. To you, my viewing audience, I will not tell you how to vote. But listen to my advice on this. And again, you can make your own choice because I believe all of you are capable of making your own decisions. If you vote for the Democratic Party or Republican Party, you're voting for a two-party system that will abandon you as soon as the election is over. The number one constituents to the DNC and RNC are not you, the voter, but it's banks, Wall Street executives, hedge fund managers, the top 1%. You cannot reform the Republican Party, and you cannot reform the Democratic Party. You want to make a real change? Vote and support for third parties and independents. Support citizen ballot initiatives. Start building movements and organizations not connected to Washington, D.C., not connected to the Democratic Party. These politicians, they don't like you, they don't think about you, and they don't respect you. And what I'm going to do is what I did in the previous presidential election cycles. I am voting independent. I'm voting third party. And if that triggers the vote blue, no matter who, people, if that makes you view me as a bad guy, then yeah, I'm the bad guy. But at least I'm not associated with a political party that is riddled with scandals for years. For years, the Democratic Party has scandals all the way up the wazoo. So I'm more than happy to break away from the two-party system. I told you guys that the 2024 election cycle that we'll be coming up to is going to intensify with stupidity. So stay tuned with Hard Lens Media and break away from voting Democrat and Republican.